In today's gospel passage, Jesus tells a crowd of people to beware of the scribes. As Brant Pitre comments, the Greek word for scribe is grammateon, which is based on the Greek word gramma, which literally means letter. A grammateon would be like a grammarian, or actually more than a grammarian, is someone who knows letters, is well versed in letters, and written documents. Especially at the time of Jesus, it would have mean a scribe. A grammateon is someone who knows sacred scripture and the letters of sacred scripture inside and out. These scribes from the New Testament times are roughly equivalent to what we call scripture scholars and theologians. At the time, some of these scholars and theologians were known for loving to wear long, elaborate robes, sittings at places of honor, including at banquets, having the best meals, reciting long, lengthy prayers in public for public attention, and this is what really gets Jesus angry at them, for persuading poor widows to give them money, since these scholars and theologians believed they deserved the money. In response, Jesus says to these scholars that they will receive a very severe condemnation. After these words of condemnation, Jesus sits down in a specific place in the Jerusalem temple opposite the treasury. The treasury was located underneath the colonnade of the Court of Women. And underneath the colonnade of the Court of Women were located 13 boxes for people to place their offerings to the temple treasury. And people would, before placing their coins in one of these boxes, they would choose a particular fund associated with the boxes. And each of these boxes had an identification for the actual fund, such as free will offering or bird offering. And there would be others as well. On top of these boxes, there were shofars or horns. They were empty, and someone would just slide their coins in there and it would go into the appropriate box. While watching people give money to the temple treasury, Jesus notices that someone that very likely others were ignoring, because this person was not famous like the scribes and the theologians. This person was not wealthy. This person was a poor widow. All this woman gave were 2 small coins called lepta. According to Pitre, a lepta was roughly equivalent to our penny. It had very, very little value. Jesus praises this woman, since although she gave very little money compared to the wealthy and important, such as the scribe, she gave all she had. Similarly, we are to give all we have to the spiritual temple, which is not located in Jerusalem, but rather in Jesus. For Jesus, writes Benedict XVI, is what we call heaven. Heaven is not a place. Heaven is a person, and that person is Jesus, the person of Him in whom God and man are forever and inseparably one. And when we go to heaven, says Pope Benedict XVI, we enter into heaven to the extent that we go to Jesus Christ and enter into Him. Similarly, Pope Francis defines heaven as an encounter with Jesus. In this Mass, may we hold nothing back for our encounter with Jesus when we receive the Eucharist, when we receive heaven into our own bodies. But like the widow, the poor widow, may we give all we have, our hearts, our souls, our strength, and even our minds, our very thoughts and desires that course through our minds, course through our hearts as well. Those we know and those we are not aware of, give all to Jesus in the offertory of this Mass, for Jesus to bless, purify, and reorder to the love of God and love of neighbor. God bless.